Hey guys, Cassie here. Welcome back. And I'm going to do finally a little coloring today. Just decided to jump right into it because I am ready for this. I'm going to be coloring in the fantastic world of the Brothers Grimm. I'm just going to color the very first page, which is Red Riding Hood, obviously. And I'm a little bit nervous. I know that sounds silly, but I am, and it's been a little while since I've colored anything. I went ahead and pulled some colors for her skin. Oh, and if you like this video and want to see more coloring videos from me, please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Leave me a like and a comment. That really helps me out. Thanks a lot, guys. All right, let's dive in. The details in this book are very small and easy to color in, so she's got very tiny hands, and there's a part of her legs showing down here underneath the dress, but I'm trying to zoom in so you guys can see the most interesting part. I'm going to give her a little bit of a pink cheek. Just to kind of liven up the skin. Maybe a little bit in the chin, and the nose, and the lip. All right, I'm gonna take this China blue, and I'm going to very lightly shadow the face. And this, what this does, this blue, is it's gonna give the shadows a little bit more life to them. Because if you shade with darker versions of like browns and stuff for the skin, what it does is it just makes the color look more vibrant, and shadows aren't vibrant. Shadows are dark. So you want your shadows to kind of be on the cool side. Generally I use violet, but I want this scene to be night because I don't know, I think that'll be more creepy that way. I'm going to take Sepia, which is PC 948, and I'm going to go over that blue because I want it to be rather dark. I'm going to sharpen this peach, and we're going to go back over the sepia with it. And it's going to create a neat little shadow effect. I need to learn how to shade hands better. I don't think I do that great. Okay. And I'm going to bring in the soft light peach again. And kind of round everything out. Bring it into the neck some, and Use it on the hands. Reinforce the pink again because I think I lost it a little bit. And in the lips. And I'm going to take this sienna brown and I'm going to redot in the freckles because we kind of lost them a little bit. All right, so I think I'm going to make her eyes brown as well. So we have this sepia that I'm going to do right there. It's not wanting to do it. Good. I don't like that no pupil look. So I'm going to take one of my microns. I'm going to dot just a little bit. Right there. I'm going to take this burnt sienna. This is Polychromos burnt sienna. I can't see the numbers on this very well, but I'm just going to do an overall base coat of this. Oh, this feels so good to be back into this. Guys, I'm so excited. And I want her hair to be a very rich brown. Let me go ahead and do her eyebrows too. And most of the illustrations that I've seen of Little Red Riding Hood, she's had brown hair, so that's what I'm going with. Okay, that was burnt sienna. I'm going to take walnut brown and start going over the hair. I don't know how much of an actual hair texture I'm going to be able to create in this picture because it's so, I mean, the area is so tiny, but I'll do my best. All right, now that that is done, I'm going to take this burnt umber and I'm going to kind of fill in the more shadowy areas. I'm kind of imagining that this is sticking out of the hood a little bit, and this part is kind of underneath. Okay. When I planned out my month, I didn't give myself any time for video editing, so I'm gonna have to work that into my to-do list stuff next month. Oh, I'm just going back over with the burnt sienna, just to darken it up a little bit so I can, when I do the blending, there will be more pigment there. I like a glossy hair. Okay, so this is the blender pencil, and I'm just gonna run it over the Faber-Castell. Oh, that really brings out the colors. I like that much better. Okay. Well, this is just definitely something. So now we know what blends polychromos, or what, I don't know if blend is the right word, burnishes, or, but anyway. Oh no, that's wrong pencil. Keeping a record of these colors so that I know what to do when this comes back around. I think I'm gonna focus on the trees back here a little bit, because I have some browns set out already from her hair. So I think I'm just gonna use those same browns to do these trees back here. I usually let pictures with these little details kind of overwhelm me a little. I want to be better about giving the illusion of depth in my pictures. Like, this is far in the background, so it needs to be a little bit more, like, it doesn't have to have the same amount of detail as, say, her and the foreground here. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and smooth this all out with my Caran d'Ache blender. Yeah, I'm gonna take Nougat and color in some of these trees here. Just because I want some variation in the wood grain. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try to make these closer ones a little bit darker in the back. Here we go. So you can see these up a little closer. I'll kind of color these farther back ones. Just give them an overlay of black. Just so you know that they're way back there. Okay. There. Now, I think I'm going to take the Nougat again and reinforce that color. These are Faber-Castells, by the way, just as a reminder. So I went ahead and did this tree and these branches here off camera because I was a little bit nervous about coloring them and I didn't want to feel any pressure. So I just went ahead and took care of that. Today I think I'm going to do her dress, and I want it to look white, but I think I'm going to use French grays because, like I said, it's supposed to be nighttime and I want it to appear more dark. So we're gonna just use this French gray to lay down a base coat. This is French gray 10%. And this color is almost white, but it has a little bit of a tint. And I love these French grays because they have a brownish tint to them. And it's just really nice. I've been doing this picture for a week and I've only gotten what I've gotten done here. Now I'm going to go in with French gray 30%, start indicating shadows, and I'm going to color the bodice here a different color. So I want these little folds here to be a little darker, and there we go. I'm not even sure if you can see this very well on camera. It's nice to color the way I do because it kind of lets you work and build up the layer slowly. And then you can just kind of see it coming together. But I'm starting to see that you don't really have to color the same way every time. Like I kind of have this idea that you have to have a technique and stick with it, but really and truly, you don't have to color the same way every single time. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the ruffles of the dress here. I'm going to take this here. I'm going to fill all this in. Now I'm going to take this 50% French gray. You know, I want the dress to look white, but also I just want it to have some dimension as well. And I have a hard time shading white. It's a very very difficult for me to do. And already I think the dress isn't really looking white, as white as I would like. Maybe by the time I get everything colored in, it will look more white, but I do have a difficult time achieving white with shading. All right, next thing I'm going to take is this French Gray 70%, and I'm going to just kind of darken in the shadows just a little bit more. I have French Gray 90 as well, but I'm not sure if I'll need it. I'm going to take the 90% of French Gray and one final pass just to really deepen the darker shadows that I want. There we go. That looks nice. I'm not sure how white this dress looks now, but we're going with it. This part here is actually my favorite part of coloring, is the detailing. It's the most fun for me. As I think it is for a lot of people who color. She's gonna have a red cloak. I may add some red in. So I'm gonna take this beige rosy beige, and kind of indicate where I want some red to bounce off. Because I want to try to get better with mixing some colors to create some more interesting elements in my coloring, because you know, nothing in life is ever just one color. It's lots of different colors make up whites, and you know, depending on what is surrounding a certain thing, you know, is what the colors that it's going to pick up. I think that we have a finished dress, or a finished white part of the dress. I was going to do the ruffles But I think I'm going to do those off camera because you know, it's just going to be all the same process and I don't want it to be boring. So I think what I'm going to do after I'm cut the camera off for tonight is I'm going to go over it with this 10% French Gray again, just to kind of smooth everything out. But that is my finished dress and I'm excited about it. I think it looks pretty good considering I'm not used to, you know, coloring fabric folds.